Hello everybody, hope we're all well. So, here we are again with Hugh's bow. So, after all the rigmarole of gluing his broken riser back together, which so funny when you look at my broken riser. And then you compare that break line. They're both identical. But anyway, at least now we've got a very good pattern and able to knock these out now pretty well. Much stronger than the original. Really see now how I built up all them low spots and made it a lot thicker and then built the insides up. Every single rev I've had there, I've been able to get hold of these and just bend them about, but it doesn't matter how hard I push and pull on this, I ain't going nowhere. But this one's gonna go on my original rev body, which I'm converting to shoot a standard size bolt, but 3-fletched. So that should be pretty interesting. Got the Picatinny rail all painted up and ready to go on. Built the riser back up, got a bit of a head start. I did sit it on the body and looked like the string may be a little bit harder down on the barrel than I might have liked, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was, because that was terrible. Originally I milled a lot out of the body to lift the string, but I've filled all that in, and what I've done now, I've said in the last videos, milled a slot, cut a piece of steel, threaded it, so now the bolts are going into some steel rather than that aluminium. But right, let's finish putting this back together, and then I'm gonna go grab some Zeddies and then test it when I get up. But really now there's only a few other things that I need to have a go at casting, and one I think is going to be these triggers, because again I can take my spare out and then beef it up again like I did the riser and make it a bit thicker here so it don't wobble around. And it seems from what I've just been finding out, there's quite a weak spot there, so they can snap off fairly easy. So I think I'll have a go at them. And also the cams, I want to have a practice at casting them and make them a bit beefier. And I've already done, this is a new string damper mount that I cast as a pattern for my roller ones. So rather than being rounded on the top, now they're flat. Oh, it's all good fun casting, quite enjoyable. Especially when you're making up your own design parts and then taking other parts and you can build up areas with chemical metal or filler or fiberglass, whatever, and rework it into whatever shape and size you want. Quite a satisfying thing to do as well when you knock it all out of the sand and it looks good. Can be a long, frustrating route getting there though. There's a hole there somewhere. There it is. I think I might be in order. So I think I ground some of these bolts when I did this before. Made the front two. I think the front bolt is going to be a bit too long by the look of it. Oh, that one definitely is. I didn't think our carcan mechanism is going to run over that somehow. No, didn't think it would. Too short of bolts in the front. There's a couple of other things I need to make for when I build this one up, and that's going to be those brackets and those hingy parts. Those little half round hingy parts are plastic, but I'm going to cast them all in alloy, because obviously my Rev has got my Draken body on it, which is longer. That's my original Rev body. And then I've got a shorter Supersonic body, which I bought off eBay. Because my Draken, I broke the riser when I put the stronger limbs on it. So I'm also gonna beef that up with some chemical metal and make a pattern to cast stronger risers for the Draken than the Supersonic. So I've got plenty more to keep me out of mischief. Oh, if only I had the time to get into mischief. I wish I had the time to go fly my helicopters. I've got even more of them now. What do you want to go fall off there for? Oh, back on. It amazes me how them roots come out, because you go to try and push it back on again and you blooming can't. Same up the front on that cocking mechanism. That'll jump out there easy enough, but then you can't get it back in without undoing taking the circlips off and pulling the wheel out a little bit. Everything about these bows just seems to be fiddly and time consuming. Right. Now this is the bit where you have to be careful, because you nip that rope up in here and then it cuts it. And you don't even realise you've done it. Or if it is out of place, and then you screw your bolt in there and you start nipping that string up in that bolt, that'll soon cut it through. Yeah, I got still got a bit of oh yeah, it's still bad, but it isn't as bad as it was originally. God, this bow was terrible. Them limbs were really down low. Well, they still are, and that's after I milled what did I mill out the front of this? About 1.65 mil. Tapered to nothing at the back, so that bring them cams up. And it still isn't enough by the look of it. I shall have to put this back in the mill and take about another mil off it by the look of that. Or I do what I done to the other two, and I drill a hole here and put a grub screw in it, so I can bring the back up. At least then you can fine tune it. So yeah, I might just do that. Well, that riser definitely looks like it's fit for purpose. It's funny, when I first got my rev and I looked at it and I thought, sure, I don't know about that riser. And then when I could just bend it about in my hands, and then yep, sure enough, mine went and broke. Now when this had the original limbs on it, I had this sight almost all the way over, full adjustment, and then when I made these limbs up and put in, the first shot I fired, I did shoot it a couple of times when I first got it back, and it was still perfectly zeroed. But then when I put these limbs on, the first shot I fired, the bolt went so far to the left that skimmed through the corner of my box and then buried itself into the foam target behind it. So I moved the sight back to the centre, and then the second shot was just about an inch to the left. So I moved it a couple more clicks, and I cocked it again, and Then when I shot it, the riser broke. But the bolt still went fairly close to the bull. It was low, but it was kind of in line. But that was funny, when my riser broke, because I was like going for the fastest speeds I could, I was getting up over 450, and when mine broke, that still hit 408 on the crooning. Right. Something told me them bolts are too long. Oh, one of them was. Yeah, now it'll move. Typical. 50-50 chance, and I got it wrong. Must be that one then. I ran out of storage while I was putting his bow back together, so I'll just add this a little bit in now to finish that one off, because that has gone now, so and then that'll be like the assembly of that, and then I'll string the other ones together where I tested it. So there's a few other things I've been doing. I've now designed and made a new Picatinny rail with a roller on it, which will fit both the Rev and the Supersonic, but obviously not the yes, obviously not the tactical, so I'll be listing them soon on the round end as a pair with the front one. The little red back that Dial sent me, that was a multi-shot, had a magazine on it. I stripped all that off, and I finally got my rollers made, and I also made one of them for that one. So I've got wrap leather around that and cover all that hot melt up, and then that'll be finished. But I've been testing my tactical bolts in it. Well, I've been testing all my bolts in at the Rev, but the serving has give up already on the string. There's the trouble with these plastic barrels, they do wear them servings out. So that's that one done, and I had many requests for the hex rollers, so I've I've just sold the two that I had sitting on the table and they're gone. So, but yeah, the front one's all been redesigned, and I finally know what those bolts are now, because I bought a thread checker and 1024 course UNC. So I can get some of them ordered now. But the back one, it just bolts straight into the holes that the plastic one came out of. That's superb, yeah. So for all those that were inquiring and asking, they are live on eBay now. Right, so I'm gonna wrap this video up and then get the other one sorted out, testing. So if anybody's got wants to inquire about overhauls and whatnot, then that's my number, rather than messaging on eBay about it, because they delete them. They're buggers for that. Right, I'm gonna get on with editing videos, so be good. If you can't be good, be careful as always, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.